So I'm out here this evening training for a 20 kilometer, 20 kilo weighted pack march, which is a charity event called Walking Off the Wall Within. Now, the idea of walking 20 kilometers with 20 kilos on your back, someone who hasn't trained for it, to me is a metaphor in two different ways for ultimately the struggle of life. And the first is the biggest and the most obvious, which is the fact that suicide is not a one event. It's a continuation of a weight that you carry on top of yourself, on top of the struggle of everyday life, which is for some people guilt, for some people it's shame. That weight, holding on to it for so long, just will overcome anyone. 20 kilos, most people can lift it, but most people cannot carry 20 kilos 20 kilometers. And that's the point. Most suicides are not because someone's come under a large amount of stress in one moment. It's because they've held on to a lot of stress over lots of moments until one point they break. And that is the biggest metaphor of this event. How you doing? So the second metaphor, it's not as obvious, but it's as important. Now, beyond just the stigma and the discomfort around suicide, I think most people can relate to a continual carrying of this weight, and the fact that when you really look at it, you don't need to carry it every day, but there's something within us that holds on to it. And we decide every morning that we're going to carry it for another day. And you might be able to do it for a long time, but one day that weight's going to get very heavy. And you got to realize that you can decide whether you carry this weight or not, right? You can decide. You can put it down tomorrow morning. You can put it down. Done. But you're going to continue to decide every morning to carry that weight. So, like the people who are carrying the weight on the pack march for walking off the wall within, these people who decide to do it every day, they're actively choosing to carry that weight, to test themselves when they don't need to. Me today, I don't need to be doing this. I don't need to be carrying this weight. I don't need to be doing this charity event. I could have said no to my friend in the army. I could have said no. But I didn't. I didn't say no last year, and I didn't say no this year, because I've decided to do it. So, to me, this struggle, this weight that to others seems so hard, to me, is a choice I made, and I'm happy, and I'm proud, and I'm very happy to do it. It's not like carrying 20 kilometers because someone told me to, and I didn't want to do it. Very different. I woke up and I chose to do this. So I'm going to show up every day with a smile on my face to do this hard thing. And in life, that's all it really is. If you're a bit lost and you don't have a reason to get up every morning, choose something hard and just do it. That hard thing might be going for a walk in the morning, 1 kilometer walk. Get out, get dressed, put your shoes on, go for a walk. That might be the hardest thing in your life that you can imagine right now, but I want you to do it. I want you to go out there, I want you to put your shoes on and go for that 1 kilometer walk. And hell, when you get to 1 kilometer, I want you to make it 2. I want you to go 2 kilometers, and then when you get home, you're done. That's it. That's all you're doing. That's all you have to do for the day. That is an accomplishment. That is ultimately the cycle of what your life is going to be from here on out, of choosing to do something hard, acting on it, doing it, and then saying, what's next? That's all it is. Do that over and over. Choose something harder, and go and do it. That's it. And that's what this charity event really symbolizes to me. And those are the two main metaphors that it brings to me. The fact that anyone can lift 20 kilos, but not everyone can carry 20 kilos, 20 kilometers. Everyone's gonna fall over eventually. And number two, life is about the choices you make and the struggles that you decide to take on. Otherwise, life is gonna give you struggles that you didn't wanna take on, that you're gonna take on anyway, and it's gonna destroy you. But you can choose the struggles. Go and choose a struggle. Good career, buy a house. That's what I did. I decided the two struggles that I wanted to have: build a career and buy things. Buy things that are gonna go up in value. And that's the struggle that I'm taking on, and I wake up every day and I show up and do it. And it's hard, but I decide to do it, so I do it with pride. So those are my two metaphors for this idea that's been on my mind. If it helps you, if it brings you value, I hope you can spread that love and give me a like, please, sub, and jump in the comments and let me know what you think. Meet me in the comments. Let's have a chat. Until then, thank you for your time.